Good evening, everybody. On the air with VA3EWV. On the air with VA3EWV. AllStar EchoLink Friday Evening Net. That's right, the AllStar EchoLink Friday Evening Net. Let me get everything set up there, folks. And we'll get, there's a screen that I don't even know that it exists. It says screen 2, don't see it. It must be my big TV that's not actually on, which would be kind of funny because I've been trying to get that to work forever, and it wasn't seeing the the TV. So now it's saying that it's connected, which is just hilarious, but it's not. Okay, whatever. We're gonna go over here and say share that. We'll go into infinity and beyond. Okay, we're out of infinity and beyond. We're gonna go to YouTube again here and get a quick song going before we get started there. That's right, a quick song before we get started. Go to the playlist there. And I did post for the first time. So we're not doing the rows. We're gonna hit it real quick with I didn't do any I did do some no, I didn't do any park to parks. I didn't do that. Here we go. Okay, I think we got three minutes or 1 minute left or something like that. I can actually stream my computer contacts from here to there. Big E's on the dance. 40-20 he commands. Golden tones echo across the lands. Grid hopping fun. Portable state. Oh, it is 8 o'clock.
Time is 8 p.m.
So we're going to stop that. It's trying to stream on the TV now. Here we go. It's about to go. Well, at least I know it goes to the TV. That's fun. Yep, there it is. It's playing on the TV. So, all right. We're going to get that stop there. If I can get it to stop, then we're going to get started. So we're going to close that off. There we go. Good evening, everyone. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor VA3EWV with the AllStar EchoLink Friday Evening Net. Good to have everybody out here. Before we get started, is there any emergency traffic? Any emergency traffic, please come now. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Good evening, everyone. Ernest here with you. My name is Ernest. I am from St. Andrews, West Ontario. I've been a ham for, it'll be 3 years January here. And I like all things radio. Welcome to the net tonight. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this net has 3 rounds of traffic. And the first round is the topic of the evening. And the topic this evening, because I was talking about it this morning with some local hams, grounding. So that's grounding radios, grounding all of your stuff. Grounding radios, grounding antennas, and grounding things in your house, in your car, and in the field. Because I have absolutely nothing grounded. So I want to hear what you guys are doing, how you have it set up, stuff like that. That's the topic of the evening, if you would like to participate. Or you can just say what you've been up to. The second round of traffic is what you're doing for the weekend. And the third round is if you have heard something interesting in on the net that tonight. You can ask your questions to other people. So make sure you have your pen and paper handy. Pen and paper handy. If you're by a computer, go to QRZ because when people call their call signs, you can see who they are, right? And then have that those things ready to go. Let's take a pause right quick. Let's take a quick pause. We're taking a quick pause here because I'm trying to I'm trying to get my I can't see who's on YouTube. By the way, this is a recorded net. Just to let you guys know, this is a recorded net. It is on YouTube and stuff like that. Just to let you know, that's been a big hit. We're almost at 700 subscribers too. By the way, almost at 700 subscribers, and I just want to let everybody know that. And what I'm trying to do now is just get my computer sorted out here. So anyway, I'm just going to bypass that. The first person we had on here to this evening, and I see that, yeah, VA3GIC. So we're going to start at the top of the page with VA3GIC. Come in with your name, your call sign, your QTH, how long you've been a ham. And again, the topic of this week is grounding in the home, in the car, out in the field, etc. Over to you, James.
All right, Ernest, thanks so much. My name is Jim, and my call sign is Victor Alpha 3 India Charlie, and I've been a ham since December 24th, 2021. I got my advance in February. I'm not exact sure the date, but February something, and I'm from Guelph, Ontario, and grounding. Absolutely everything in the house is grounded. Through the outlet, which I pay quite attention to that for nothing overheats and nothing gets too hot. And of course, if it does, typically I eliminate that. Thanks so much, Ernest, for taking my call, and thanks for having your net tonight. It's always a pleasure to be here. Back over to you, Ernest. This is Victor Alpha 3, Julie, India Charlie.
Roger. And before we go on, I know that, so you've now shared with us that everything is grounded. We had some questions this morning in the net there, because one guy asked how you are grounded. He lives in an apartment, second floor, and he's like, how am I going to get my stuff grounded? Now, I was going to say, because the first thing came to my mind was just turn off the power in your house, go to the power socket that's in the wall, undo it. There's a green thing there. I've seen that before. There's like a green whatever. And then put your green wire out there and have it come out, and you can ground to that. But maybe that's not right. I've never done that, by the way. I was just saying that, if you have nothing else to do, what do you do? So if anybody tonight has any feedback for the young person out there today that was saying, how do you ground your shack and you're on the second floor? So that was their question. So if we have some feedback from anybody out there, so James, with your grounding, okay, I got the second screen up by the way too. With your grounding at home, how do you have? Just give us the rundown, like of one item in your home. How's it grounded, and how does it get outside to the ground? Over.
Well, it'd be kind of hard. We're on the seventh floor, like 85 feet in the air, so it would be kind of hard. But if I had a radio and I need it grounded, I probably would maybe use the copper line to what feeds the forced water heating here. I would probably use that if I had a radio in the house. I do not have any radios in the house. So the ground in the outlets, that is what we use, just because that's the only thing we can use, because we have no access to have an external ground on the outside of the house.
Okay, Roger. So you have, so with you don't have anything that's grounded in the house. So your stuff will be either in your car or when you go to outdoor stuff, you do it in the outdoor that way, right?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you, James. Thank you for that. And what we'll do when I quit playing around with the computer here, we're going to go to the next person. We have NX3F that's in there with us. Good evening, Mr. Allen. How are you? And the mic is yours.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. James Ernest, Will Russell, and there. This is NX3F. Name's Allen. Located in Temple Hills, Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C. Been a ham since, licensed ham since 1972. For a long time. Seen a lot of crazy and weird stuff, and a lot of good stuff, too. In reference to grounds, I've got a ground in my shack. My shack is in the basement, and I have a bus bar mounted in the back where my transceivers are. And then I have a bonding ground going from the bus bar to a number, I think it's number 10 or number 14 gauge wire out to an 8-foot ground rod outside the shack window. So that's what I got for ground, and I don't have any issues at all with any floating RF. Well, I did at one time, but that was because of I had a faulty valve at the antenna. But I don't have any issues with grounding. And if I was on a second floor, which I was at one time many, many years ago, I would find the nearest copper pipe, cold water pipe, and I don't know, the mounting around on electrical socket that effectively is tied to earth ground, but I don't know about that one. I'd be a little leery of using that one, but I guess it would be better than nothing at all. Some type of a ground to bleed off the RF. Like that net control, NX3F.
Okay, thank you so much there, Mr. Allen. So what I'm getting then though is if you are in an apartment complex, the best thing for you to do is probably find where your hot water heater is or something like that. I think you're saying, or where the water comes in or whatever, and then try to go from that like a pipe or something there. If I'm not if I'm understanding correctly. Okay, awesome. So we got that from you and James there. Thank you very much, both of you. We do have two repeaters connected to the net with us. We do have the VE3 PGC repeater out of Cornwall, Ontario, and the VE6 IDK repeater out of Spruce Grove, Alberta. We'll pick it up with the VE3 PGC repeater. Anyone on frequency on VE3 PGC, wish to check in, please come now.
VA3EWV-L mobile.
All right, we got Victor Alpha 3, Foxtrot Zulu Mobile. Anyone else? Okay, we picked up Peter, and do we have? I think I heard another call. Go ahead.
VE3AQE.
Okay, and we have a trifecta. Okay, so I think Peter and Mike might be home. Let's pick it up with Rob since he's mobile. Good evening to you, Rob. Come on in.
Good evening, Ernest. Everybody on net. I've been an operator for more than 20 years. And question about your grounding. Typical system, I guess. Bus bar, everything connected to the bus bar. And braided wire out through the same line the coax comes in the shack to a 8-foot ground rod. And then at the
that's
tower,
a bus bar.
another 8-foot ground rod with a braided wire to the tower. That's how I chose to do it. Back to you, VA3F.
All right. Thank you, VA3FZ. And I heard Mr. Allen say bus bar. I heard you say bus bar. For the people who are on YouTube, they're laughing. I actually had to Google what a bus bar was. So I see that they actually sell them on Amazon. That's cool. I see them of all shapes and sizes. So yeah, it looks like a piece of copper or what have you, and you make all your connections to that. I'm looking at the different things on the Facebook there, so I'll be doing just that. I'll be ordering one of those soon because I have nothing grounded in the shack. I do have a ground inside the shack though. I have a braided copper wire that I purchased. It's on a lightning arrestor, and that lightning arrestor, it has the ground on that. And what I was going to do was connect the coax from my computer and the antenna on both sides of that, right? And then the SWR kept going up to like 1.5. Without it, it was like a 1 point nothing. So I decided against that because it was making SWR go up. But I guess I'm going to live with it and maybe get external tuner or something. On top of that, now I know that I'll have to do like braided something or another and bring everything to the bus bar there and then connect that copper wire that I have come from outside. Is driven into the ground with a 5-foot rod. Maybe I need to go deeper. I don't know because I heard somebody saying they had one that's longer. So I'll get that going and get all my stuff grounded. Does it give you any more decibel gain or something? No, just play it. Okay. We got VE3FZ. Thank you so much. VE3 TOT. Come on in, Pete.
This is VE3TOT. The name is Peter, and I live in Alexandria, Eastern Ontario. I've been a ham since the 90s, but I'm new to HF. I've been on HF bands now for almost a year and having a blast. Regarding grounding, I have very similar system as was mentioned previously. External rod driven in the ground. I have a 12-foot braided cable that comes to my workbench, and I have what is the equivalent of a bus bar. I screw braided lines that go to my radio equipment, and that takes care of that. The topic that we should discuss is ground loops and how they manifest in a shack. Maybe I wonder if there's an electrician listening tonight who can counsel us on it, because it's good to know what are the manifestations of poor ground. There's all kinds of things like metering in your equipment that can go wanky. Not to mention stray RF and stuff like that. So I spent a few minutes looking on Google, and you can write a PhD on what they have on grounding. So a little research would be good. Back to you, Ernest.
Thank you for that, Pete. That's pretty in depth. So it seems like it can go, all out. I guess it depends on what's going on there. I guess I have been lucky that nothing has happened. I do have 2 radios in here, and going to a power supply. Power supply is plugged into the wall. It's 3-pronged. So my thought was, hey, that third prong was a ground prong. That's what I was thinking. So I thought I was okay, but obviously not. So yeah, we'll figure out that. But I will tell you this. I do have another question if someone wants to answer down the road. I have an inverter, a big O, as we say in Louisiana, a big O inverter is big. And I have about 6 batteries, 200-watt solar panels, and I have a friend that has solar panels and batteries and stuff, and his shack is powered by the batteries and the solar panel and all that stuff, right? So my question is going to be to a person who can answer that. If you're running on electricity in the house, I guess you're grounded because you're on electricity. But if you're running off battery power, right, do you still need to be grounded if your whole thing is running off battery? All right. We're going to pick it up now. So that's for someone to ponder. VE3AQE, come on in. Good evening there, Mike.
Good evening, Ernest and all to the net. Yeah, name is Mike, Long Sioux, Ontario. Licensed in
Hey,
09.
Dale.
I'm not into HF, but I've been
Dale, Paulo,
reading into it a lot.
Poda Boy.
Obviously, it's grounding.
Hi to all of you on YouTube there, by the way.
I know you get to 5 or 8 feet. I'll probably get an 8-footer, depending on my situation here. We have these big boulders here, so I may not be able to get a rod into the ground 8 feet. But anyway, I'll definitely probably be using a ground rod outside with some braided wire coming inside after, even though I'll be using the power in the house. I still think I should have it grounded with braided wire. It'd be a lot thicker, I would think, and maybe a little bit safer than just using the smaller wires that go through the outlets. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it.
Well, we appreciate all the cents that you have to add to that. And, you know, I guess everybody's doing a different way. I have nothing, so I need to get something. Even if I just had the HF rig in here, excuse me, not the HF, even if I just had the Anytone in here, my UHF VHF, because that's all I had for a whole year was that. So I'm going to get things grounded, take some pictures. I apologize for that. Take some pictures and let everybody see that. Before I pause there, I want to thank Paulo, my friend from CW Ops class. Let me pause right quick. So Paulo, Kilo 1, Papa, Alpha, Papa. I went out for the first time tonight, got chauffeured out down to the river here down in Cornwall there. I call it the river. Maybe it's the lake. Who knows? It's a body of water, I can tell you that. And I attempted to do an activation on CW. I got about 5 contacts before I just ran down the road screaming. So yeah, Paulo, so you missed it. 5 contacts there, and I just could not get it together tonight. It was not good. But I got 5 contacts, so I'm happy about that. So Paulo, thank you for watching on the YouTube there. Poda Boy, who's always out there recording. Poda Boy, thank you for being out there as well. And then we have Dale, Whiskey 5 Delta Sierra Lima, out there as well. All right, thank you for those folks. There's actually 6 people watching on YouTube right now. So thank you for all those folks. Let me pause. Okay, we picked up Rob, we picked up Pete, and we picked up Mike. Anyone else on VE3PGC or VE6IDK wishing to check in, please come now. Okay, that's nothing heard. That brings us to the bottom of the list. So far, we've had James. Thank you, James. VA3GIC. Mr. Allen out of Temple Hills. NX3F. Rob, who was mobile at the time, probably going to get in the shack. VA3FZ. Pete, V3TOT. Mike there, VA3AQE. Dale, Whiskey 5 Delta Sierra Lima. Paulo, K1PAP. And Poda Boy, Kilo Delta 8 Lima Hotel Romeo. Thank you for all y'all for going in. That's with me, that makes 9 contacts today. All right, we're going to go get ready to go to round 2. James, did you hear anything so far that piqued any interest to you there? Before we go into what you're doing for the weekend, does you have any questions, comments, or otherwise before we move off the topic?
Ernest, this is Victor Alpha 3 Judy India Charlie. I just wanted to add to that. When I had the radios in my truck, I used to use braided wire from the radio to the frame of the truck. Sometimes multiple places, depending on the truck. Usually it was braided wire from the back of the radio or radios on a bus bar in the truck to the chassis of the truck.
Yeah, Roger. I have 2 antennas on 2 mounts for antennas on the front of my car. And we did use the braided. I moved it from the roof rack, which was coated in plastic, and I had an antenna on that, and it just, that antenna, I guess, just did not need grounding. It was just getting out all over the place. It was performing like no other. And then I moved it and kind of knocked everything down in half. But I moved it to the front of the hood, and then I found out that the edge of the hood had like a rubber something right on the whole edge, all the way around, had some kind of rubber thing. So when I put the mount on there that had the two Allen screws that you screw in and even had points on it, nothing was touching metal. And then when I put the magnet on the hood, the magnet doesn't even stick. So there you go. Anyway, so we did the braided thing and braided it, and it goes to the metal part. And then I got some pictures of it. I didn't do it myself. I had somebody who knew what they were doing do it. But that's all good now, and the antenna's working fine. NH3F. So anybody, before we go to the second topic, does anybody have anything else to add to the grounding stuff before we move on? Please come now. VE3TOT, go ahead.
Just perusing the ARRL site, and they've got an interesting beginner's article on grounding. Basically, they say there are three main purposes for grounding. Safety ground, this protects you from shock hazards. And lightning ground, this meets requirements for grounding. Lightning protection are much more stringent. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's a good article. It's a good place to start. And it's at ARRL.
Roger. Yeah, so, we have this thing that we started here, but everybody does it. It's nothing new. It's called help. I call it helping hams. I'm just going to buy the material and stuff like that and get some people that know what they do. I like to have supervisors around. It makes for a good time. I really like it, right? My best times have been having folk come to my house there, and there's about 5 or 6 people that know what they're doing. And then I'm the pupil, and I'm just trying to get stuff. They give you guidance, but I'll be, trying to screw this or whatever, or fix that or this, that. But it's always nice to have a lot of people there, 3 or 4 or 5 people. So I'm going to get that bus bar. I have the one piece of like that nice braided wire coming through the wall there that goes outside. And I'll order me some braid. And I know that all the radios and stuff have like a little screw in the back that you can put that, but from where, I don't know how that's going to all work out, because I'm just going to have to find out how long that braid is, because I'll have to figure out how that's going to work. I'm sure I'll get some help with that. Anyway, thank you, Pete. Anyone else with some more comments on the grounding before we move on? Net recognized Mr. Allen. NX3F. Go ahead, Mr. Allen.
I got a short story of what happened to me about a grounding situation many years ago when I lived in Virginia. Now, here I've worked on that side of RF almost all my life. Anyways, long story short, I had erected a 48-foot tower in a yard. And in my yard, about 70 to 80 feet away, were 13 kV power lines that were running off my property. Anyway, so when I went to hook the antenna and all this other stuff, I was wondering why, when I grabbed a hold of the shield side of the coax while I was getting bit. So I took a voltmeter, 18 voltmeter, and went across one side of the shield of the coax to a ground that I didn't hook up, and I had about 80 volts there. So I was trying to figure out what in the world is causing that. Then it dawned on me. So I dropped everything, ran outside, ran up bonding ground from the tower to the ground, used the flat braided cable, went back inside kind of learned my lesson about doing a half behind grounding in Radio Shack. Back to net control and
NX3F in the group, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. And for all those who are popping in and coming in, this is the Friday evening All-Star EchoLink Net. We're here every Friday night at 8 o'clock. It is streamed on YouTube and posted to Facebook, just to let everybody know. So, Mr. Allen, like you said, you've been working in the business, so I heard you use the term got bit. Man, that had to be something else, right? Feeling that little tingle and stuff, and like, what's going on with that? Yes, indeed. You got to be careful with that for sure. And for all those folks that do outside things, you know, we heard that story in the summertime where a poor guy went out there and was setting up for POTA, and his vertical hit a power line. So not only do you have to be grounded, you have to be careful. We do have some comments. Let me pause for some comments there. So POTA Boy says that I got 5 more. No, Paulo says that I got 5 more contacts than he did today. Yeah, we know you can't talk on YouTube, but hey, look, hey, if you have All-Star EchoLink 60092 for All-Star, VA3EWV-L for EchoLink, we'll have you all day long. And when I get myself together, you'll be able to connect with me on DMR. We'll have hams over IP. I got that in the shack right now, and we're gonna have it all connected. That's for sure. So, and the next comment was from POTA Boy that says, I found that solid house wire works best for the ground wire rather than the braided. So there we go. So that's right. So, yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for all those comments. Any other more comments? This is a good topic tonight. Any other comments or any other feedback on the grounding? Go ahead.
A comment from
VE3TOT. Go ahead, Pete.
I just want to emphasize that we should be doing a little research, because the last comment about solid wire versus braided, and I can see in some of these articles that they strongly recommend use braided wire because it dissipates RF energy much better than solid copper conductor. You know, the skin effect and all that. Back to you.
See, there you go. There you go. Yeah, and the person said, I found that solid house wire works best for ground rather than the braided. That's just my opinion. Others may not agree. There we go. All right. So, yeah. Hey, that's why it's good. That's, you know, someone said to me, Ernest, why do you have this net? And I said, well, I got to tell you the truth. A lot of people that I took courses with, or a lot of people that are in radio, quite a few of these people were engineers, worked in the field, like Mr. Allen there, worked around electrical stuff or this and that. That wasn't me. So I do these nets to gain knowledge and stuff and get all these different opinions, and yes, then go look for it. And you know, whatever sounds best is going to keep me on this side of the grass, I go with that. So yeah, Pete, I'm not much of a reader, you know, but I'll definitely get the stuff. And if you want to come and give me a hand over here, we're getting that set up. That'll be great. Okay. Let's move. Before we move on, any other folks want to chime in on VE3PGC or VE6IDK? Please come now. All right, nothing heard. We're going to go with what's going on for the weekend. I'll go first. We have a busy weekend this weekend. I'm hoping to be at a park tomorrow sometime. We have breakfast at our local club. And for anybody that's in radio range, we're always taking on new members and inviting people to come see us at the Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. Yeah, here in Cornwall, Ontario. So we're going to have our breakfast tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And I was told that there's a Santa thing there tomorrow where we meet. So if everybody can be there a little bit earlier, that'll be better. And then after breakfast, I plan on going to some park somewhere. And then around 4 o'clock, I'll be heading to our venue because we have our club Christmas party. So we'll be doing that at the club Christmas party. And that'll be what I'm doing on Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm hoping to get another ride out to another park to get back into it, to get something in the log before the end of the month. That's over to me. Give me 1 second, and I'll start bringing some other folks on. 1 second. VE3TOT, Kilo Delta 8, Lima, Hotel Romeo said he is correct. They do say that, but when I used braided wire in the past, it did not ground as well as the solid wire. When I switched over, all my noise disappeared with the solid wire. So there you go. Okay, we're at the top of the list with who's doing what for the weekend. And that's going to be VA3JIC.
All right, Ernest, thanks so much. This is Victor Alpha 3 Judy in the Charlie. What am I doing for the weekend? Well, I'm just going to take around here and maybe make up some more 3D parts for antennas. Figure out what I've got going on here at the moment. And that's about my weekend.
Roger, Roger. Also, you guys have a net on Saturday night. We had a really good time last weekend. So could you tell everybody that's here about the net on Saturday night?
Absolutely, Ernest. This is Victor Alpha 3 Judy India Charlie returning. Well, everybody, my net is on Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. The name has changed. It's Ham's Helpers. That's the new name of the net. Everybody is welcome. It is not a round-robin net. It is not a tech net. It is just a net. People come in and ask questions, and if we can answer them, we will, and it don't matter what the question is. Ernest, it is posted on your Facebook page there, so maybe you can bring it up so people can see it if you like. If not, I can repost it to your Facebook page. And we're going to try to get it to run a little bit longer each week, if that is possible. Thanks so much, Ernest, for taking me back in, and hope to see everybody out there tomorrow night.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. I still have the old name up. I will change the out. So new name, still the same contact. You can still be on the same contact the same way. So it's here. It's let me go to that and see how we can connect. It says here you can connect by EchoLink VA3JIC-L. You can also connect to that net through my node too, VA3EWV-L. AllStar Node 457430. Hams over IP 15025, 15138, 15135. They also use NetLogger like I do. I use NetLogger as well. So you can keep up with who's calling in on NetLogger. And they also live stream on YouTube. Just so everybody knows. So all the information is there. I'll change the name of it, and I'll change the photo, and we have that as a reoccurring event all the way to the end of the year. All the way to the end of the year. Thank you, James, for giving us that information. We'll break with you now, and we'll pick it back up with NX3F. Mr. Allen, what are you doing on the weekend there? Over.
Yeah, okay, Ernest. NX3F. Probably going to go out here in the morning if this is up to it. Try to find a turkey at a good price.
Oh yeah.
How exciting, huh? Oh Lordy. Oh yeah, that's probably it. I'll try to make it into that net tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. That sounds like that'd be an interesting one. Don't have Facebook up right now, but you said you can access it by your node. And also DMR. What was the DMR address? Go ahead, Greg.
I'll have to get the talk group. No, I was saying that I'm going to have my thing connected to DMR. I haven't been lazy about it. It's just that I had so much going on, and you guys know how that is, right? You got to figure out what you're going to drop to pick up something else. So, fun fact, though, the guy that, like, when I applied for my hams over IP or whatever I applied for, the person who says yes to the dress or they do your tickets for you, this guy is the one who is doing the net. James, can you tell everybody who that is? Maybe give a little introduction to, because I forget his name, but if you can tell a little bit about what he does and how it's affiliated with the that program, that'll be great. Over.
Yeah, roger that, Ernest. Again, this is Victor Alpha 3 Judy India Charlie returning again. The person you're talking about is Brad, NAPC. He is he does volunteer work for Hams Over IP. He does the extensions, and he does the AllStar links for Hams Over IP. He is one of the owners of the new net. So yeah, anytime you guys ever need to ask any questions, if you're on Hams Over IP, just look up his extension number. And I will be posting right now, Ernest, the new information on your Facebook page, and there's many other places people connect.
There you have it, folks. There's going to be a plethora of ways to connect to that, and that's pretty doggone cool too. That we have an in, ladies and gentlemen. I keep up with Jonathan Taylor all the time. I'm in a chat room with him for everything for EchoLink and stuff. Now we got Brad that we know too. So we have an in. We got a guy. So if anybody is struggling with EchoLink or anything like that, we can get a hold of Jonathan. If anybody has needs some help with the AllStar, we can get a hold of Brad. That's pretty cool. So if you're out there trying to get your so when you guys get a hold of James and get those free IP phones, because he said he has like lots of them, he's got a heap. All you have to do is pay for the shipping. So when you guys get a hold of James, y'all can have an IP phone. And I was going to do my doggone net this week from the IP phone, but I was out there trying to pretend to be a CW operator. So hopefully next week, don't hold your breath. Hey, 1 second, let me pause. You can tell I have way too much fun. Mr. Allen, just so you know, we're out there, because times be hard, right? They say the price of all the food's down, and we see that the price is up, so I don't know where they're getting their information from. But my daughter and I were looking for a turkey. This got to be 10, 15 years ago. We were broke. We were broke as hell. We were broke. We was po, not POOR. We was just flat out po. Anyway, we're going to the store and we saw a turkey. That sucker, it was like maybe $20-something. It was big too. And I was like, why the heck is that turkey so cheap? So I was looking at the date and stuff, seeing if it was old, trying to smell through the plastic. And I looked at the front of the turkey thing that said utility turkey. And I was like, what the hell is a utility turkey? Did not know. We got the turkey home, the utility turkey home. And I said to the wife, but it was heavy too, man. It was heavy. We couldn't hardly get it in a roasting pan, the standard black roasting pan. And the wife's looking, and she's cleaning up. She goes, Ernest? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, this turkey has one leg. It has one wing, and they're on opposite sides. And I was like, what? So I go in there and I look, and it's missing a whole wing and a whole leg. So it's a utility turkey. So ever since then, we don't get a turkey unless it's handicapped, right? Because you get a good deal off of utility turkeys. Back over to you, Mr. Allen. That's what you need to look for, a utility turkey. Over.
That's all for us to laugh on that.
Ooh. I didn't hear nothing that happened. I almost passed out up in the shack here. Andy is on here. Andy is on here saying, hey to all, and hi, Roger. Yeah, Mr. Allen. Hey. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Hey, look. you know, you ain't gonna be able to pass out too many plates if you get them utility turkeys, right? You're gonna have to cut out some seats, you know, because there ain't gonna be enough. Anyway, oh yes, okay, but John, what did you say you was doing for the weekend? Did we get what you was doing for the weekend? Because I got carried away there. I have too much fun doing this net over. Oh shit, I'm lost. Okay, Mr. Allen's probably sitting there gasping for air there, just like I was. Can't even talk. Where am I? Okay, let me just go see where I'm at. Sorry about that, folks. Let's get back on target here. Okay, Rob, if you're back in the shack there, Rob, VA3FZ, come on in. What are you doing on the weekend?
Yeah, we're back in the shack. VA3FZ. Tomorrow and maybe Sunday, I'm just going to be helping out a couple other fellow ham operators with their setups at their home QTHs and hopefully get them up and running. Back to you, Ernest, VA3FZ.
Hey, yeah, hey, do that. And look, Rob, do you have right quick? Do you have a 6-meter antenna? Because we're going to try on Monday night after the net. The net runs from 7 to 8. Well, when I run the net, it definitely runs from 7 to 8, because I'm long-winded. But anyway, the net runs from 7 to 8, and I'm trying to get some folks to go and run on 6 meters. The national calling frequency. If nothing else, we can do some FT8, FT4. But I know I'm going to be there. I know we're going to have VA3HWF there for sure. I'm going to try to get Roger, VA3GBV, Doug, VE3 HTR. They built themselves some 6-meter antennas as of recent. You probably saw it in the newsletter there. So I'm going to try to get folks on local 6-meter on Monday night just to have some fun with that. There's so many people have the radios, and we're just getting antennas. So do you have 6-meter capability, VA3FZ?
I do, but it's not very good. I just recently purchased a new antenna, but it's still in the box. I have, within 2 weeks, I should have it up, but it won't help me for Monday night. So I can give it a try. Sometimes I can tune in this one, and sometimes I can't. It's one of those weather-dependent things, I think. Or how you hold your tongue, I'm not sure. Back to you, Ernest, VA3FZ.
Roger, thank you so much. Like I said, if nothing else, we can pop over and get an FTA contact and say we still did it. All right, we've got James, Mr. Allen, and Mr. Rob. I hope Mr. Allen is still doing good over there. Our next person is Pete. But before we go to you, Pete, I just want to check with the VE6IDK and the VA3 PGC repeater to see if anybody wants to have a quick check-in. Please come now.
VE3 ARF mobile.
Hey, we got Rob, VE3 ARF. Rob, we're talking, and good to have you on the net, by the way. Good to have you on the net. That's the other Rob, folks, the other Rob. Rob, how's it going with you this evening?
Good evening, everyone. Well, I was called out to an outage, and so I just passed your house. I tooted some Morse code as I passed your house, but you didn't hear it. And I'm just going up north to one of the villages that has a very small localized outage, and they want me to have a look at it for this evening there. So I just thought I'd tune in and ride along and listen and enjoying the net. And I'll pass it back to you, Ernest, VE3 ARF mobile.
Roger. And Rob, I hope you, well, I know you have 6-meter antenna, so I hope you can join us after the net on Monday night. That'll give us at least 3 people. I know that VA3HWF is going to be ready to go too. Yeah, so thank you, Rob, for checking in there. Anyone else on the local repeaters or VE6IDK wish to check in, please come now. Okay, Pete, sorry to keep you waiting. VE3TOT, what's going on with you this weekend?
No, Ernest, now I'm concerned. Nobody else has mentioned the Christmas party. Have I got the wrong weekend? I've got myself all dutied up for a party tomorrow. It might not even be the right weekend. Back to you.
No. I think you might have been getting a cup of coffee or something. I was saying when I said what's going on the weekend. I was saying to everybody we have breakfast tomorrow morning at 9 with the Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. And later on that evening at 5 o'clock, the club has our Christmas party. So I'll be doing that. But in between those two, I'm going to try to get some Parks on the Air. I got my son-in-law at the home on the weekend. My son brought me out tonight. So I'm going to try to do a little POTA there. So, no, you got the right weekend. It's at 5 o'clock. Don't be late. We start eating at 5:30, around the dot. And Mr. Allen and them, they're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving next weekend. No, not next weekend, next Thursday. Next Thursday. We've already had our Thanksgiving, Mr. Allen, so you threw me out there. Now I know what you're talking about. Back over to you, though, Pete. Back over to you. What are you doing this weekend?
I belong to a carvers club here in Alexandria. We get together every fall and spring, 10 sessions. It's part of the local Encore, what they call the Encore program. It's all kinds of stuff for people like us to do. I'm inviting them over to my workshop on Tuesday, and we're going to do a carving marathon for a number of hours. But first, I've got to make space in my workshop. It's a mess, so that's what I'll be doing. Back to you.
Oh, so is that considered woodworking? Is that what that is, like woodworking? Pete?
I should have been more precise. It's not carving turkeys. It's working pieces of wood with chisels and files and things like that.
Okay. So awesome. So yeah, so woodworking, that's pretty good. Thank you, Pete. And that sounds like a lot of doggone fun. VE3AQE, Mike. Are you still there with us, Mike? Go ahead. Okay, so we lost Mike there, VE3AQE. Dell and them are doing good on the YouTube there. Lots of traffic on YouTube there. Yep. And we have Andy out there as well. Andy, what's your call sign so we can get you in the log there? Get Andy out there in the log. Okay, Michael wasn't there. Dale is on YouTube. Paulo's on YouTube. Porter Boy's on YouTube. And yeah, that's it. Who have I missed? If I miss you and you want to say what's going on the weekend, please come now. Okay, looks like I did pretty good. Then we have Wood Duck 555 from Dakota. Kilo Echo 0, Quebec Echo Quebec. So good to have you out there too. Good evening to you from South Dakota. Well, we're not worldwide. Let me stop it. Anyway, okay. We're at the end of the thing where we do cross traffic. So if anybody has heard anything that they want to ask another person about, this is the time to do it. So yeah, the it's open mic right now, open mic. So just come in, and if you have anything to say, let us know. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with the Friday evening AllStar EchoLink Net. Who is that? Kilo Echo.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment on you all getting together and keeping 6 meters alive. That's really cool. That's really cool. I wish they would do that here, but they don't. 6 meters used to be really jumping here in DC, Maryland, and Virginia area years ago, but it's died out now. And 2 meter sideband used to be fairly active here too, but that's kind of died out here too. So I commend you all to keep the activity up going on 6 meters and X3 up.
Yeah, Mr. Allen, that's another. Well, I'm not going to say it's an Ernest Vincent. What do you call it? I can't think of the word, but I'll tell you, these guys have been doing 6 meter. I know V3RF been doing 6 meters since the dawn of time. He was telling us that this morning. But when I started doing Parks on the Air, they have a particular award. If you do 6 parks on 6 meters with 6 different people, right? You got an award. So I was like, man, I want to do that. I want to do that, right? So I was able to get Rob. He was the first one, VE3ARF. And what we would do, so I can try to get the 6 contacts, it didn't say who with. It just said you had to get 6, right? So I worked him on 6 meter, FT4, FT8, and sideband. And I would go out at 7 o'clock at night. This in the summertime. Or maybe it was the winter. I forget. I did them both. And then on the new day, I would work him again. So I would be doing an activation. I would stop, work him, start with him again, right, on 6 meter, and then pick it up on 20 or 40, wherever I left off. Anyway, I was able to get that. Once I did that one, I tried to get that one, the NC11 or whatever it's called, that you do 10 bands and 10 parks. And 10 bands and 10 parks. I was looking at Polar Boy. Polar Boy says, done it, get it, brother. So that's exactly. So I did the 10 bands, 10 parks. So now, with most people getting an HF rig, I myself, let me pause for a second. I myself went a whole year, just, maybe a little bit more than a year, with just UHF, VHF, Mr. Allen. And then when I got the HF rig, I was told you could have been doing 6 meters the whole time, right? Because that's right along with UHF, VHF here in Canada. I was like, what? So now that most people see, that's me being nosy. I started asking all these questions, and I'm like, oh, you have a radio that does 6. You have a radio that does 6. What happened to us? Not a lot of people had a 6 meter antenna. Now a couple of guys have gotten together. They've built out 2 or 3, or at least helped people build them. My little vertical does 6 meters, right? I know I have that. And some people have long wires and whatever. So I'm like, hey, let's just get together. So if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. That's for sure. All right. Anybody else want to have a little comment? Please come on in. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Okay, I think I heard James there with the recheck. There was someone else. James, we're going to pick you up. Was there someone else as well?
PTOT.
Okay, so we got Pete and James. So James will take you first. Pete will take you second. I heard 2 of them out there, but James will. James, you cracked the code first. Go ahead, James.
Ernest, I just want to let you know I posted the new information and all the ways you can connect to my net on your Facebook. I just posted it. And also, Alan, I sent that to you too in an email.
Yes, sir, James. I got that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know if you got the email or not, but I appreciate that. Thank you. NX3F.
All righty, there you go, folks. And now we are bringing it over to Pete. Go ahead, Pete.
I promise this is the last thing I have to say about grounding tonight. I found a really good website. It's www.whiskey8JulietIndia.com. It's everything you need to know on a couple pages. Back to you.
Hey, Pete, what's that website one more time? So I can try to what's that website?
www.whiskey8JulietIndia.com.
So whiskey8JulietIndia.com, right? So 160 meter. See, I have to do it on 6 meter, that's for sure. I haven't done that one yet. Yeah, so they have a lot of stuff on here. This is good. This is good. So I'll definitely be checking this site out. I'm showing it here on the web here to the folks out there. So yeah, so it's got 6 meters, amplifiers, antennas, you name it, it's all there. So if I'm doing the right site there.
Right site, but focus on the grounding. He has a separate section on grounding.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. So yeah, definitely coax as a shielded ground lead or radio. So I'll definitely look into that because but I'm hoping that my goal now is by the time we speak next time, I'll have my radios and anything that can be grounded in the shack. So that's my goal to have it done by if not Friday, then another Friday. So I'll get because the stuff looks like it's pretty affordable. So I'll get to ordering that now. All right, thank you so much there, Pete, for helping us out with that. Anybody else want to put another beat in the pot? Please come now. I can get it. I will try just. All right, we're at the top of the hour. I know how to stretch. I know how to stretch net out. That's for sure. We're gonna look for one more call for the VE3 PGC VE6 IDK repeaters. Anybody on the repeaters wish to check in? Please come now. Okay, and one last call. If anybody has any comments, please come on in before we close down the net. Okay, with that being said, I would first like to thank the owners and operators of the VE3 PGC repeater here in Cornwall, Ontario, and the V6 IDK repeater. They're always on and always running for us, so that's great. We really appreciate that. I also want to thank everybody that's watching on YouTube. We had 8 people on YouTube, and if you haven't, please do so. Help a brother out. Subscribe, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, on the road to 700 subscribers. So please help me by doing that. Lastly, I'd like to thank VA3 JIC James, NX3F Mr. Allen, VA3FZ Mr. Rob, V3TOT Pete, VE3AQE Mike, Whiskey 5 Delta Sierra Lima Dale, Kilo 1 Papa Alpha Papa Paulo, Kilo Delta 8 Lima Hotel Romeo Roger, VE3ARF Rob, K Kilo Echo 0 Quebec Echo Quebec. And that's all the call signs I see tonight, along with the Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, your hostess with the mostest. Your host with the most, not hostess with the most. Your host with the most. And with that, we will be saying 7-3 to all, and we will check you all tomorrow night. I'll be at a party tomorrow night, so I won't be on the. I might be. It's from 5 to 7, so I should be back in the shack. So hopefully that you guys can join us tomorrow. It's a if you have questions, they're going to get answers. So it's a good net to come to. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we'll say 7-3.
Good evening. The
Hey,
time
right on
is
time.
9 p.m.
Oh, and for those folks that are on the YouTube channel, we always end every net with a song. That's for sure. So the folks that are still watching, we're going to go over to the YouTube channel there on the air with VA3EWV, and we're going to close it out with 6 meter. We were talking about 6 meters tonight. So my friend VE3RF wrote me a song called the 6 Meter Magic Band. So if you're on YouTube, or you watch the video later, go listen to the 6 Meter Magic Band. That's what I'm going to be playing now. So you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night, if not next week. So let me go get the 6 Meter Magic Band, folks. Then we'll be closing it up tonight. Where is it at? That's a pretty good song too. So Magic of the Waves 6 meters, but there's another one too. Let me make this bigger because I have 2 6 meter songs, and they're jumping. That's for sure. So let me go look here. Fox on the Run. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
You're on the air with
Here we go.
VA3EWV.
Signals echo through the land. Morse code signals coming in with sporadic beats. Single sideband, I hear you. USB, but you're coming through. FTA and FT4, making connections more and more. Magic band lights the sky. Meteor showers flashing by. Northern lights, I'm calling you. You're in
Football's like
the
player, don't steal. That's right.
grid hunting every call. QSL cards on my wall. Very best regards to you. 73, this bond is true. Static whispers in the air. Can't connect everywhere. Echoes of a friendly tone. Never feeling so alone. Magic band, I hear you. QS, baby, you're coming through. FTA, you're coming through. Hey, you. Speed, but you're coming through. QSB, but you're coming through. FT8 and FT4, making connections more and more. Magic band lights the sky. Meteor showers flashing by. Northern lights, I'm calling you. You're in the wrong fight. They you. Magic band lights the sky. Meteor showers flashing by. Northern lights, I'm calling you. You're in the wrong fight. They you. Magic band like you. Magic band lights the sky. See the showers flashing by. Northern lights, I'm calling you. In the love 5 you. Grid hunting every call. QSL cards on my wall. Very best regards to you. 73, this bond is true. Grid hunting every call. QSL cards on my wall. Very best regards to you. 73, this bond is true. Static whispers in the air. Hands connect everywhere. Echoes of a friendly tone. Never feeling so alone. Never feeling so alone. Never feeling so alone.
That's right. Please like and subscribe, folks. We always do too. So I did some POTA today. So let's see. Oh, we'll do this one. Biggie Groove on the Airwaves. It's kind of laid back. There we go. Number 3. Also, I have a stream on Mondays at 7:30. Okay, CP POTA podcast. I'll put it on my website, man.
Biggie on the night, call it VA3. Sweet voice providing that funky melody. Cooper Marsh on the list, protocols in sight. 40-meter band, he's bringing the fun tonight. Yeah, he's hollering at the squad. CQ POTA, sugar sweet vibrations, smooth as soda. It says beat up in the
I have
mix,
the words to it.
waves rolling wide. The E's got the groove, he's our radio guy. Yeah, he's moving on the airwaves, it's a funk fiesta. Camario's the game, follow his voice, yes sir. Cooper's Mars we conquer, POTA tags in hand. Biggie broadcasting live across this fucking land. Static in the room, but the signal cuts through. Tunes on the scanner, baby. It's a rendezvous. Every beat, every call, slick as honey sweet. The E's have fisted charm, can't be beat. Yeah! Breaker, breaker. Can you hear him clear? The E's so vibrating, filling every ear. From the marsh to your heart, from transmit and receive. In the groove of the airwaves, you better believe. Biggest grooving on the airwaves, it's a funk fiesta. Yeah, radio's the game, follow his voice, yes sir. To this march we conquer, all the tags in hand. Biggie broadcasting live across this fucking land.
There we go. Thanks, everybody. On the air with VA3EWV. We will see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. 7-3 for now.